So in this video, we are going to talk about how do you know it is now safe and in your best interest to heal and rebuild with someone, or you just move forward. I call this the window of opportunities. I would recommend you to use this as a reference to where you are in your journey, so you can see and know the characteristic of a partner that you are with or interested in, and see if you knew this ahead of time, would you have done anything different? So this is the likelihood um, of healing and rebuilding, or healing and moving forward. Now imagine a window, the widest opening, okay, the window. We call it level one. In this level, this is most likely where we will rebuild with someone. You don't have to, you have a choice. The level one looks like this. That person is taking full responsibility and is completely and totally responsible. That person own it. There's a remorse, there's a regret, there's apology. Do you see that in your relationship? So it will sound something like this. I am so sorry for the pain I caused you. I can't even imagine how much I hurt you. And what can I do to make it right? This is off to a good start. You don't have to rebuild with that person, but you have the opportunity. Level two, the window is closing a little bit. You will hear the word because. I did it because da da da. I say it because da da da. Now, you might be willing to listen, but do you notice it doesn't feel as good as what you got in that level one? The level one is the person take full responsibility, complete responsibility. Now, feel that window closing up a little bit more with level three. You know it is coming when you hear the word you. Well, I did it because you, da da da. Well, I say it because you, da da da. This is crazy. This is gaslighting, narcissist stuff. This is the stuff, the kiss of death there, everybody, is when you start believing it. And you probably have been walking around with your pad and your pen and say, no, 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 no. But you say that last Tuesday. Don't you remember? And you try to prove and explain, and you will just find you have all this post-betrayal syndrome because you're banging your head against the wall and completely wasting your time. At this point, the person is incapable and unwilling to own any of this. Level four is where the window is completely shut. This is denial. And it sounds like, I don't even know what you're talking about. You're crazy. You really should get some help. Nobody is like this but you. It really messes you up. So when it comes to level one and two, you have something to work on if you choose to. It is the level three and four. You need to heal yourself and move forward. Who knows what will happen later on, but you need to take care of yourself now. Because at this point, you're completely exhausting yourself. You're making yourself sick, trying to prove, trying to explain, trying to convince. And this is where repeat betrayal live. Now, I will end with this. How do you know if you haven't healed from a betrayal? The classic sign we see in health, work, and relationship. So in relationship, it will show up in two ways. The first is going to be a repeat betrayal. The face has changed, but it's the same thing. You think, I keep going from boss to boss to boss, from friends to friends to friends, from partner to partner to partner. Is that me? And yes, it is, but it's not your fault. But it is your opportunity. There is a profound lesson waiting to be learned, waiting for you to discover. You are worthy, you are deserving, and you're lovable. You need better boundaries. Until you get that, you're gonna to have opportunities in the form of people to teach you again and again until you get the lesson. The second way we see is we see if this is you. We put a big wall up and we are like, nope, I have done that and no one is going to get close to me again. And we think it's coming from a place of strain, and it is not. It's coming from fear. You're so brokenhearted. Your heart was so shattered. Your trust was so shattered. You would rather keep anybody and everybody at bay than putting yourself at risk again to get hurt and to be vulnerable again. And that is an unhealed betrayal. We see that in health. We keep going to the most well-meaning doctor, coaches, healer, therapists to manage a stress-related symptom, illness, condition, disease. But at the root of it is the unhealed betrayal. So you can go to the best doctor in the world doing the best wonderful work, but at the root of it, it is the unhealed betrayal. Until you get to the root of it, you are not going to recover. We see it at work too. You deserve the raise and promotion, but your confidence was shattered. So you don't have the confidence to ask for what you deserve. Or you want to be that collaborative partner, the team player, but the person you trust the most proved to be the most untrustworthy. How can you trust that boss or that coworker that show up everywhere to be untrustable? The good news is you can heal. I often say betrayal is the most painful of the human experience. And this person who really gave you the foundation of safety and the foundation of trust have shattered your worldview. So healing from it is truly an opportunity to create an entire new identity of yourself, a new self-image. You take everything you love, you leave everything behind that no longer serves you, and you create a version of yourself that never would have the opportunity to exist if that trauma had not happened. And that is what trauma will serve. I like to use an example to explain resilience and transformation. Resilience is what you need for your everyday bouncing back. Transformation is what betrayal birthed the new whole thing for you. Imagine this an old house. Let's say the house needs a new paint and you paint it. And that would call resilience because you restore the house. Now, here is trauma and transformation. A tornado came by and leveled the house. You have the absolutely right to stand at the house and yell and kick and scream and cry over the loss that you had. And you can call all your friends and all the strangers and tell them this is the most horrible things that ever happened to you. And they will all agree with you. You have every right to do that, even until your last breath. If you could rebuild your house, would you rebuild the same one? Of course not. Why would you rebuild the same one? Why don't you build a bigger, a more beautiful and better one? And this is the opportunity available for all of us. Anything that has to do with family and partner gets very complicated, which is a question I get most of the time from my client. What happens if the betrayal comes from my family? Now, I want to share a story with you about me. One day I was looking at my dog, the Chow Chow. I say to myself, I would never ever expect him not to be a dog. He is a dog, and he does exactly what a dog's supposed to do. Why in the world am I expecting my family to be anything different, to be anything than who they have consistently be who they are? So we need to learn to reframe it. By that one reframe have really helped me. One of the mantra that I say to myself is closure is my job. Even though it happened to me, it is not all about me. It is about that person, about someone lack fear, inability to know the truth. This is the opportunity for my transformation now. If it's not now, when? So I really want to challenge you to really go deep into your root and really look at your trauma and ask, what is the opportunity here for me? What is the lesson here for me to learn? And one other thing is we really have to challenge ourselves to forgive, to really forgive, to transform our anger, our frustration, our resentment, to be more forgiving and free and happiness. So I will see you in my next video.